We're back! That's how I'm gonna start it.
Wow. Wow.
So it's super intense. Grace and I are back with the CFL podcast. It's not a podcast, it's just us talking to a camera, I guess.
I believe that's what a podcast is.
No, podcast is audio form only. This is actually video form only because it won't be just the audio of it.
Anyways, we're back.
With the Thin to Win It challenge, we're also going to be doing these information. Were you going to say something else?
I was going to say for your entertainment.
Oh, okay.
We're back for your entertainment.
We're back for your entertainment, also for your educational purposes.
Definitely
hopefully.
Educational purposes.
This first one will just be us monologuing. Are you right?
I think I'm letting this heater on fire. It's below me. It's okay.
And we're off to a great start. Okay, so we're back with more of this long formatted version. We're also gonna be documenting a little bit of the challenge. Fit It to Win It stuff, we kind of want to go over, or at least I do, but you could change it and direct the ship any way you want to go.
So we have just kicked off the 2019 Fit It to Win It Nutrition Challenge. You'll see it all over the gym. Teams are being awesome. They're in group chats on their phones and they're talking all the time. They're supporting each other. They're meeting each other for workouts. So that's kind of what you'll see. We have 60 people in it this year. We had to turn some people away. So we have 60 people. It will end in March 17th. So we'll be going all the way till then. So when you see that and you see people posting about it, that's what it is. So it's been pretty fun so far, I'd say. We
hear a lot of the same type of stuff that keeps coming out about questions about, like, can I eat this? Is my Diet Coke okay? No, it's not okay. Those type of questions that we're getting. So we decided to sit down real quick, kind of reintroduce the podcast, if you will. Do you want to kick us off? Yeah, so I think the first two main things that we're going to hit in the beginning of this challenge, though we don't want to overwhelm people, so we're trying to bring in information kind of as we go. But the two main things are reading a nutrition label, which was a PDF that went out to the challenge people yesterday. It will also be on our website sometime after. Yeah, I'll put it up. Did you already make it? Yeah, it's just then it'll be on the blog tonight. No, only challenge people get it first. Oh. You gotta be in the challenge to get that information. But eventually everyone will have access to it. It'll be on the blog tonight. Is reading a nutrition label. A lot of people are like, is this okay? Is that okay? And they kind of generically ask for a food. One on there was chicken apple sausage. Okay. So you hear it. What do you think? Healthy, not healthy, good, bad? I would have to look at the ingredients list. See? I'm guessing that has cane sugar in it, though. You're guessing that just because you know I asked. I feel like you. No, I know it has cane sugar in it because if you look back at the video posted above here, when we went to Costco and did shopping for Whole30, we talked about the two different types of sausages. This is true. It's documented, and it'll be right here. So for we were talking this week about reading the ingredients. If you're asking if something is okay, generically, we've been hearing a lot about salami, a lot about different, I guess, like kind of coffee creamers, different almond milk. If they're vanilla almond milk, is that okay? If they're unsweetened, is that okay? So that would break down to reading the nutrition label. We talked about the numbers on the nutrition label. We kind of already are familiar, calories, fat, blah, blah, blah. It's looking at the ingredients. So it's where is that sugar coming from? Because you could slap a nutrition label on an apple that fell out of a tree and it would have a lot of sugar. But is that sugar bad for you? Well, it's natural sugar, but it's still not good for you. Ding, 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 there's the word, natural sugar. So, it's okay in an apple because an apple also has the fiber, it has vitamins and minerals, it has a lot of other things that are going for it. Just because it's natural, so just because it's honey or agave or coconut sugar or any of those doesn't mean it's good. If it's added sugar, so if it's added just for sweetness, it's not good for you. Yeah, and I think we've talked about this before also in the Whole30 thing, where we talked about how your body breaks down sugar regardless of the type of sugar the same way. The difference between natural sugars is it's breaking down multiple other things, such as carbohydrate, protein, fibers, right? Right. So then that's what makes it... Because it's usually in a naturally occurring thing. Right. If it's still being added, even if it's natural, that's not good. Right. And then especially if it's just a liquid sugar, meaning like a soda, or if it's like a kid's cereal, maybe Trix for any hints. Siri just started listening in. But that's been a big thing is if it's natural sugar, is it okay? Because it's natural. No, it's still not okay. Still not good for you. It's still doing. We still want to avoid it as much as possible, right? Yeah, but people are just asking about those different forms, if those are okay over the other kind, and the answer is no. Yeah, I think it's always funny, like dealing with some of the corporations. Like I've had the privilege of going inside there, and they talk about the wellness and stuff. And one of the main thing that I hear always is, "Oh, we've brought our employees healthy snacks. We eat almonds, nuts, and fruit." And there's literally like an assortment of nuts in a basket of fruit that's there for the employees to be able to grab. And I'm like looking at it like, okay, so you're feeding these people that already need to have dietary changes, you're feeding them fat and sugar?
that is readily available to munch throughout the day in a just grabbing and eating sort of addictive way.
Fine.
Is it fine though?
Yeah.
Like the people that are like overweight they need nuts and they need fruit.
No.
Like this is my podcast. This shit is not PC. I'm gonna let you know that right now. We're gonna deliver nothing but the truth and factual information, right?
Well, no, but I think
because I think too many people sugarcoat stuff.
No, that just gets caught when people are trying to make a better choice, is getting in like a healthy, like whole food version of something better for you than not. Yes. However, is also just randomly adding nuts into your day, taking nothing else out, and changing nothing else good for you. Probably not.
No, that seems like, oh, I no longer drink alcohol. I just do meth.
I just add water.
It's like, what?
I just add water.
Yeah, I just added water to my alcoholism. Like, no, you should probably really monitor what you're intaking, cut it down as much as possible, and then be responsible.
But there's
for
a
what it is
chance
you're
if people
putting in your
have
body.
access to better foods that they grab those instead of other things, and that's where it comes in. That's where it's good.
Yeah, okay, we'll give you that there, but at the same time, like...
Anything that grows out of the earth, on a tree, in the ground, is going to be better for you than probably anything that those people packed for lunch.
Yeah, and let's talk about that real quick. I always, like sometimes with food, one of the things that helps me, because like, let's be honest, I'm not exactly, don't make the best decisions as far as my stacking and things go. Grace will attest to that. But one of the things that kind of helps me put in perspective is I imagine a person in a lab coat chemically engineering the product to suit my taste to become more addictive so I can continue to eat more of that product and to buy more of that product unbeknownst to me, like consciously, right? Like with normal foods, like I don't know, just like a protein, like a fish, asparagus, and a brown rice, because white rice is not on the challenge. If I were eating that, you get that palate fatigue. And I just slow down, right? Like I could switch to maybe something like saltier, and that might help restore like my ability to, oh, I'm not after all full, my palate has been switched back on, and now I could eat like a snack chip, right? Mm-hmm. But most of those products are engineered that way so you don't get palate fatigue, so that way you continuously munch their product. Am I right? Is that wrong?
No, you're totally right.
Yeah.
That's the other cool thing on the PDF that will be uploaded and added to the website on the blog is the different words that are a marketer's dream and how FDA approved or watched they are. So like terms like all natural, terms organic, like made with organic products. They only have to actually be made with like 70% organic products.
Right. There's all the little loopholes for them to have that certain label.
The little,
on
yeah,
the food.
like all natural is kind of like one of those, like they can still inject like chicken with an all-natural like sodium preservative, but that's like technically a real product, so then technically that's all natural.
Yeah.
So it's like these words that were like, oh yeah, go for that. And what do you have to do? You have to read the ingredient list.
Yeah, so if you read the ingredient list, that will help educate what's going into your body. Remember, all the stuff in the grocery store and all those packages are made to target you. They're made to appeal to whatever it is.
There are literally teams behind them that their sole job is to get you to purchase them.
Yeah, millions and millions of dollars goes into market research, goes into even the colors that are put on the box, so that way your eye is attracted to it. They'll put those certain things on, like comes from natural whole grain sources, and really it's just trick cereal. Like there isn't nothing
probably
natural or whole grain about it.
It did start somewhere naturally, but not what you're
they're referring to the cardboard the food's actually in, not the food itself. But yeah, so just being aware of that and trying to eat real foods, and then also, like Grace saying, is educating yourself on what it is that you're trying to get out of that food, not just helplessly going for the nuts and fruit because it's healthier, because it's not a granola bar, right? Like, is it that much better for you? Like, you need to look at those ingredients, go through, decide with your food log, and really determine, like, is this something that I need? Is this something that's good for me, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we touched base a little bit on the sugar already. Do we want to harp on that some more?
We don't need to, like, put them down.
I'm not putting anybody down.
Okay.
It's just the truth.
Here's the truth.
Well, I have one last thing, and maybe we could depart on this. You probably won't agree with it. I just have a little note written down that says...
It's the wrong side, isn't it?
Don't be soft. Yeah. Don't be soft. What I mean by that is too many people, not like hardcore the sheets, but too many people are like, oh, well, what if this and what if that? Like stop it. You're overwhelming yourself with stress. Take it day by day, thing by thing, and be tough. Like, it's not that hard. I recognize that, like, you know, stripping some of this stuff out, and you guys will see, I've actually been logging my food the last couple of days.
This guy, if he's doing it, you guys are doing it.
No, it's going to be the first, yesterday didn't go as planned. Today is already off to a good start because I haven't eaten anything. It's a private coffee. Just kidding. So you guys
had coffee?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
So you guys will have, that's what everybody says, but honestly, I'm always like this, especially once we have like an audience that we're talking to, and then I'm all fired up.
Please.
I'm gonna lick your face. But yeah, don't be soft. It's 8 weeks, guys. This is supposed to be challenging. It's supposed to be tough. It's supposed to take you outside of your comfort zone. So if you're like, oh, I always have my gummy bears in the morning, well, guess what? For 8 weeks, you're no longer gonna have your gummy bears in the morning. That's the purpose. It's to get you to be aware of what you're putting into your body and get you to understand that you don't need to function with that. And the only way you're gonna do that is go outside of your comfort zone, eliminate those foods, even if it has to be step by step, and use your team and your coaches to help you get through that process, to help you find better alternatives for that, and to just be someone to rely on, like, hey, this shit's hard, and I'm just gonna talk to my team about it. Instead of picking up the cookie.
Another important part on that, though, is that you'll never have an 8-week experience like this again, except for, maybe in a year. But this is very rare what you're in right now. And if you're going to challenge yourself, like he's saying, anytime, and you think, oh, maybe, I have vacation right now and in 3 months it'll be better, like it won't. No time is better than right now. So give yourself an honest, good 8 weeks, because it's going to be over in 8 weeks, and you might as well be proud of where you're at by the end of it.
Yeah, challenge yourself. Seek discomfort. Go outside your comfort zone, and don't just be like, well, let me find a way around this with a little loophole because I don't really want to be uncomfortable. Nah. All right.
The voices.
Is that it?
I think we should put little hats on you when you do different voices.
No.
I think we're good. I think we'll be back here in a little bit, and we'll talk to you guys then.
In a little bit.
In a little bit.
One thing that might be fun is we'll go live one time while we do this, and then we'll take questions live, and then we'll post-production it later. That might be fun.
Yeah, and maybe also what would be fun is we would have a pup by the next time we do it, like a little golden retriever, like right here.
There's no pets allowed out of the apartment.
Like right
so
here.
Link your questions down below, reach out on DM, and ask us. It's probably better to formally write your question down and send it, because if you just talk,
or 771 Arroyo Vista, Suite H, just go ahead, pop that thing.
Okay, probably don't. Okay, but meaning the fact that if you just come and arbitrarily ask one of the coaches, unless it's something real small that you need right then and there, like write it down and send it to us in that format, so then that way we could remember your guys' question, because chances are you're not the only one with that question, and it just makes us deliver that much more value to inform you guys that much more about the challenge and other stuff that's going on.
This is true.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right. First one in 2019, done.
Anything else? You gonna do this thing?